Welcome back to my channel, Techno Trend Zone. Now, onto the juicy part, the rumored specifications. Let's break them down carefully and see what Canon might be bringing to the table. According to the most credible leaks, the Canon R6 Mark III will feature a 24-megapixel sensor. Now, I can already imagine some of you shaking your heads or even sighing in disappointment, especially if you were hoping for a major megapixel bump, but here's the thing, 24 megapixels isn't a drawback. It's the sweet spot for many professionals and enthusiasts alike. This rumored sensor is expected to be the same powerhouse sensor used in the Canon R3, a flagship camera that costs significantly more. Unless you're planning on printing billboard-sized images or heavily cropping every shot, 24MP is more than enough for most photography styles, from weddings to portraits, street photography to casual travel shots. Pre-capture mode for action photography for those interested in wildlife, sports, or fast-moving subjects. Here's an exciting rumored feature. Pre-capture mode. This technology allows the camera to start buffering images before you fully press the shutter button. Think of it as a safety net, perfect for those split-second moments when reaction time can't keep up. This would put the Canon R6 Mark III in direct competition with Sony's advanced action cameras and Nikon's Z8, which have been making waves with similar features. AI-powered autofocus, smarter and faster. The autofocus system is rumored to be significantly upgraded, leveraging Canon's AI-driven autofocus algorithms, powered by the Digi-X processor and additional acceleration hardware. This is the same tech that gives Canon's R5 and R1 their near-psychic tracking abilities. Expect better subject recognition, improved animal and eye tracking, and faster response in challenging conditions. Whether you're shooting chaotic sports scenes, unpredictable wildlife, or even energetic toddlers, the autofocus is expected to lock on and hold. In-body image stabilization, up to 8.5 stops. Canon seems to be refining its image stabilization system even further. The Canon R6 Mark III is rumored to offer up to 8.5 stops of IBIS, which is absolutely incredible for handheld photography. Whether you're capturing landscapes at twilight, cityscapes at night, or even handheld video, this level of stabilization gives you an unprecedented amount of flexibility. Imagine walking around with your camera, shooting at lower shutter speeds, and still coming away with crisp, clear images, even in less than ideal conditions. Burst shooting, 30 FPS RAW. Now, let's talk about speed. Reports indicate that the Canon R6 Mark III will support up to 30 frames per second in RAW using the electronic shutter. That's blazing fast and could be a game-changer for sports and wildlife photographers who need to capture multiple frames in an instant. However, keep in mind, and this is critical, that Canon is known to limit the burst duration via the buffer capacity. So even though 30 FPS sounds incredible on paper, the real-world performance will heavily depend on the buffer size and memory card speed. If you've ever used a camera that shoots fast but fills the buffer in seconds, you'll know how frustrating that can be. Hopefully, Canon addresses this with a more generous buffer in the R6 Mark III. Video capabilities, 4K 120 and 6K RAW. The Canon R6 Mark III is also shaping up to be a strong contender for hybrid shooters. The rumored video specs include 4K at 120 frames per second in both UHD and DCI formats, 6K at 30 frames per second using the Super 35 crop in cinema. RAW light. This suggests Canon is giving serious thought to videographers who demand high frame rates for smooth slow motion and professional-grade resolutions for detailed footage. For content creators, vloggers, and even short filmmakers, these specs could be very appealing. And combined with that excellent in-body stabilization, handheld video shooting becomes more accessible than ever. Expected price, Canon, staying competitive? One of the most surprising details is the rumored launch price, $2,499. That's the same launch price as the Canon R6 Mark II. In a time where inflation has pushed up the prices of everything, cameras, lenses, accessories, you name it, Canon seems to be holding the line here, likely to stay highly competitive against Nikon's Z6 III and Sony's A7 IV. This pricing strategy could make the R6 Mark III an attractive upgrade for many, especially considering the advanced autofocus and burst shooting capabilities. Should you upgrade to the Canon R6 Mark III? If you already own the Canon R6 Mark II and primarily shoot portraits, travel, or casual photography, the upgrade may not feel essential. However, if you regularly shoot sports, wildlife, or fast-moving subjects, need pre-capture to ensure you never miss a critical moment. Want the latest autofocus and AI-driven features, shoot both high-speed stills and slow-motion video, then the Canon R6 Mark III could be a fantastic step forward. It seems that Canon is focusing on refining features for professionals and enthusiasts who specialize in action, wildlife, and hybrid photography rather than reinventing the wheel for casual users. On one hand, some critics feel Canon's pace of technological leaps has slowed slightly compared to Sony's aggressive innovation cycle. On the other hand, Canon's philosophy seems to prioritize balance, reliability, and intelligent upgrades over chasing megapixel wars or spec sheet bragging rights. Canon's rumored decision to keep the price competitive while adding genuinely useful tools like pre-capture, AI autofocus, and faster burst rates seems to strike a sweet spot between evolution and accessibility. Final thoughts: the Canon R6 Mark III, based on everything we know so far, sounds like a carefully thought-out upgrade, rather than a revolutionary leap. It seems to be targeting action shooters, wildlife photographers, and hybrid creators who need faster, smarter tools in the field. If you're in the market for a new camera in 2025 that offers reliable performance, solid image quality, high-speed shooting, impressive video options, and competitive pricing, the R6 Mark III might just be the right fit.